Hey guys, it's Alexa again, and you're watching Talltanic. The definition of an endangered species is a species of animal categorized as highly likely to become extinct. The International Union for Conservation of Nature, also called the IUCN, will categorize the animal as endangered, or EN. This is the second most severe conservation status, coming in just after critically endangered, or CR. Number 25. Amur leopard. This leopard is originally from southeastern Russia and northeastern China, and it's on the critically endangered list since 1996. There are conflicting reports of how many are left. Some say 70, while others have a far more dismal figure of just 30. They've been hunted for their beautiful, thick fur, and their habitat has been destroyed. Number 24. The addax. This is one of the rarest animals in the Sahara Desert, also called a white antelope or screwhorn antelope. Depending on the season, the color of their coat changes. In winter, it's a grayish-brown color, and in summer it turns completely white or a pale sandy brown. They're not very fast, making them easy targets for hunters and predators, and it's believed there are roughly 1,600 of them left in the wild. Number 23. Polar bear. The Arctic polar bear has been classed as vulnerable and are some of the early victims to experience climate-induced habitat loss. If the warmer trends continue, it won't be long before they are no longer around. It's estimated that there are around 20,000 polar bears left, and ensuring their longevity is a critical matter for the WWF. Number 22. Ivory-billed woodpecker. Time is running out for this beautiful bird that lives in parts of Cuba and southeastern US. This bird was believed to be extinct right up until 2004 when somebody spotted one in Arkansas. Thereafter, a $10,000 reward was offered to anyone who could provide information about an ivory-billed woodpecker's nest, which was later increased to $50,000. Unfortunately, nothing came of it. Video footage of the bird came to light in 2017, and there's much excitement since then, although there's still nothing majorly conclusive about the finding of this rare bird. Number 21. Gorillas. The mountain gorilla has been on the critically endangered and endangered category since 1996. The cross river gorilla also falls into this category, which is 2 out of the 5 gorilla subspecies. The mountain gorilla used to be plentiful in places like Uganda, Rwanda, and Virunga, and have sadly been poached to such an extent there are only 880 of them left. On top of poaching, their numbers have dwindled due to a loss of habitat. They've also been hunted for their meat, and disease and fighting in the regions where they're from is also contributing to the loss of their numbers. Number 20. Hawaiian monk seal. These beautiful seals are from northwestern Hawaiian Islands, and they are one of the only 2 monk seal species left on the planet. There are only about 1,100 seals remaining, and humans are to blame. Reasons for their rapidly dwindling numbers include human encroachment, seals getting caught in fishing nets, disease, pollution, and, in the past, hunting of their skins. Number 19. Pacific walrus. We don't always realize the importance of the ice in the seas until you hear a story like this. The Pacific walrus used to be common to the Arctic's Bering and Chukchi seas, and these walruses used to float on the ice to rest on, give birth on, and even nurse their young on. The ice also used to protect the walruses. Since the ice is melting, these animals have nowhere to do what comes naturally to them, and they are disappearing as a result. The oil exploration is not helping their cause either. Although there is a decent amount of them left right now, that is changing with every passing day. Number 18. The Javan rhinoceros. This small rhino has been on the critically endangered scale on the IUCN Red List since 2009, and it's highly unlikely it will ever get to a better spot. This is one of the most endangered mammals in the world, and it's believed there are less than 60 of them alive today. They've been poached for their horn, which is a highly prized commodity in traditional medicines. Their horn can fetch as much as $30,000 per kilogram on the black market. There are said to be no Javan rhinos in captivity, with just a few remaining out in the wild. Number 17. Sea turtles. There are 2 types of sea turtles that are critically endangered, the leatherback turtle and the hawksbill turtle. In the last 100 years, more than 90% of the hawksbill turtle population has been lost, with 80% of that having disappeared in just the past 10 years. There are presumed to be 15,000 females left in the wild of the hawksbill turtle, and between 34 and 36,000 nesting females of the leatherback turtle remaining. Number 16. The island fox. This geographically isolated fox is only found on the Channel Islands of California. They're small due to insular dwarfism, and their isolation means they have built up no resistance to parasites or disease, so they have fallen victim to diseases brought in by domestic dogs. Conservation efforts are in place, and the overall sentiment is good that they'll be able to recover many of the lost population of island foxes. Number 15. California condor. If we're being completely honest, we've seen prettier birds than this one. Let's just say the Californian condor is rather distinctive looking. It is huge with a wingspan of over 10 feet and is found almost only in northern Arizona. The fact that there are only 400 of this impressive avian left is a tragedy. It's a good thing they can live to over 60 years old, though. Number 14. Brazilian merganser. If you, like the rest of us, have whiled away countless hours imagining how a cross between a pigeon and a duck would look, well, here's your answer. On a more serious note, though, the Brazilian merganser's population is currently at 250. The usual culprits are to blame, namely farming and mining. Number 13. The giant panda. The giant panda has the distinction of being the most famous and the most cute, from a distance mind you, bear in the world. Unfortunately, it also has the dubious honor of being one of the most threatened species too. It forms a part of WWF's logo for more than merely cosmetic purposes. To be honest, panda's fussy diet of only bamboo shoots and leaves doesn't help its cause, making it the bear with the most limited menu in the world as well. Deforestation is a problem in China, with increasing demand for bamboo. The Chinese have formed many protected reserves in these forests in order to protect the 1,600 or so remaining in the wild. Number 12. Magellanic penguin. If more people could just watch penguins walking, they might make a concerted effort to stop global warming, because waddling penguins are honestly the cutest animals to watch. The South American penguin is falling victim to climate change in a big way, with changes to ocean currents and temperatures being some of the main reasons for their rapid decline. Environmental changes are also affecting the fish that they eat, so they're having to swim out further just to feed, and many don't make it back in time to the incubating or rearing parent, leaving them without food. Number 11. Northern right whale. This is the most endangered whale species, and again, their exact numbers are disputed, with some reports suggesting there are only 100 of these whales in the North Pacific and around 8,000 in the Southern Ocean. Whaling was the biggest problem these creatures encountered. Today, they are exposed to pollution, ship collisions, and getting caught in fishing nets. They got their name from the early whalers who considered these whales the quote-unquote right whales to capture. Number 10. Sumatran orangutan. There's been a terrible trend of late, and that is making one of these Sumatran orangutans a house pet. As many as 5 mommy orangutans have their lives taken from them every day, leaving behind the infant ready for adoption to become a human pet. They are on the critically endangered by the IUCN, and their population has decreased by 80% over the last 75 years. There are estimated to be around 6,600 of them left in the world. The rainforest is also integral to their survival, but with the constant deforestation, the numbers will keep getting less and less. Number 9. Bactrian camel. Found in China and Mongolia, the Bactrian camel is on the critically endangered list. There are only 800 of these rare camels left in the world, with their biggest threat being hunted and poached for domestic use. They also struggle to have access to water, and they are often hunted by wolves. The Wild Camel Protection Foundation has been put in place to try and ensure their numbers don't decrease anymore. Plus, there are some being bred in captivity. Number 8. Bluefin tuna. This fish will give you the most delicious sushi you'll ever eat. However, it's not a good enough reason to keep catching it. The bluefin tuna is under serious threat of becoming extinct thanks to unsustainable fishing practices in the eastern Atlantic and Mediterranean. Many countries have joined together and shown their support for a temporary ban on the global trade of this coveted fish, and the WWF are trying to get eateries on board to stop selling the fish until it shows signs of recovery. Do your part and refrain from ordering this almost extinct fish. Number 7. Vaquita. The first time anyone even noticed this adorable little porpoise was in 1958, found in Mexico's Gulf of California. They're not the target of hunters or poachers, but they often get trapped in illegal fishing nets and drown. Currently, there are believed to be only 30 of them left in the world. But what can you do to help save this near-extinct animal? Spread the word. The more people that know about it, the better. Sign any online petition to ban gill net fishing in the Sea of Cortez, and always buy sustainable seafood. Number 6. Sumatran elephant. This critically endangered elephant has lost 70% of its population in the last 25 years due to deforestation for palm oil plantations, human settlement, poaching, and the growth of agriculture. There are less than 2,000 left in the wild, with the Teso Nilo National Park being established in 2004 to ensure the elephant's survival. Number 5. Mediterranean monk seal. Very similar story to the Hawaiian monk seal story we mentioned earlier. In fact, they're actually related, except this one doesn't live in Hawaii, but rather, surprise surprise, the Mediterranean. There are only 510 seals remaining. Number 4. Baiji. This aquatic animal is found in the Yangtze River in China, and many already believe that the dolphin is, in fact, extinct. 3 were spotted back in 2007, however, but they haven't been spotted again, so the chances of them being extinct are very high. Number 3. Saula. It's been nicknamed the Asian unicorn. The saola is certainly one of the most amazing zoological discoveries of the 20th century. They are on the critically endangered list, with figures showing there may be as few as 70 of them left in Vietnam. Their decline has been blamed on climate change and hunting, and also the lack of interest being shown in conserving this beautiful animal. Experts believe they will be extinct within 10 to 15 years. Number 2. The Philippine eagle. This is the national bird of the Philippines, and you would think there would be plenty of them, but really there are only around 500 left. If you are caught taking the life of one of these birds in the Philippines, you could see yourself in prison for 12 years, along with a very hefty fine. Their demise is due to illegal logging and deforestation. Number 1. The red-faced Uakari monkey. This monkey really stands out from the crowd and is currently listed as a vulnerable species by the IUCN Red List. They're basically one step away from being listed as critically endangered. These guys only give birth to one baby at a time, so they don't have rapid growth in numbers. Couple that with hunting and deforestation, and you have a recipe for disaster. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Leave us a comment down below and let us know how you're helping today's wildlife. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more daily content.